My friends, I just want to send you some peace right now, wherever you are in the world. I need to just inject a feeling of healing, a feeling of calmness. I know it may be a lot of rage, a lot of anxiety that's going on, but right now as you're watching this message or just listen to the sound of my voice, I need you to understand that you belong here. We need you. And baby, it's not over until you win. See, some of us, even like me, I'm not gonna lie, this week I have been just feeling like I got shot in the butt. Like, it's just like, ooh, like, you know, you just limping just through the week. It just hurt, but you got to keep going. That's what it feels like for me. So if you're like me right now, you're watching this or you're listening to this, like, you know what, Tess, with everything that's going on in my life right now, I'm not feeling too well. With everything that's going on with my relationship or my friendships, what's going on with my mom, my grandma, I'm not feeling too well. Listen, we right here. That's the entire point of me creating the SOS Wellness community. It's for us to have a sense of feeling seen, safe, and heard. See, a lot of the time I just had to realize, I was just talking to an amazing speaker about how to connect with people. And I was getting frustrated, my friends. So I would go up to people like, hey, this is who I am. And they'll be like, whoa. But then I realized, Tess, are you making them feel seen first? Are you making them feel safe? And are you making them feel like they are heard? So for my people who are watching this right now, you feel like you have something to say, but the people around you aren't listening. You feel a way, but you don't feel safe enough to express how you feel, or you know you are amazing, but the people around you don't see you. Listen, this message is for you. My friends, with everything that's going on with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, belonging being canceled, are you serious, my friends? As a Black female, a part of the LGBTQ community, I look around to my left and I look around to my right, and naturally I'm just like, do I belong here? Do I have a place here? Well, here, listen, I'm telling you something right now, my beautiful queen, my beautiful king, listen. If you're looking at the news and you're just confused at figuring out, do these people love me? Is there a future for people like me? Is there a future for Black people? Is there a future for Latin people? Is there a future for trans people? Is there a future for people of the LGBTQ community? Is there a place for brown people? Is there a place for anybody that is different? I want you to know that, listen, now more than ever, there is a war against diversity, and it's nonsense and it doesn't make any sense. But listen, fear not, my friends, because the remedy is the importance of finding belonging within yourself. Listen, a lot of the times people always say, I know Louis Farrakhan said, the depths down show the height up. Listen, now more than ever, without focusing on the news too much or focusing on the left side or the right side or everybody's opinion about who you should be. Listen, right now, no, I have a solution for diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging. I know people are trying to cancel it, but they can't cancel diversity. They can't cancel equity. And they dang sure can't cancel belonging, because guess what? We're about to go inward. Anybody that's watching right now, listen, it's time for us to go inward to find belongingness. Belongingness literally happens when we find that emotional safety within a group of people, within an organization, with friends and with family, to where we feel safe. But what if I told you now, we're going to find that belonging within ourselves first in order to find that kind of belonging, genuine belonging with other people. So how do you find belonging, right? One way that I'm finding belonging within myself is, one, I had to accept who I am. I had to really find out, okay, what are the parts of myself that I love? Because some of us, we just focus on everything that we hate about ourselves, right? We just focus on, that's not right, that's not right, that's not right. Listen, every single day I want you to start focusing, okay, what are the things I love about myself? And guess what? Instead of saying that's not right, what are the things that I want to improve? What are the things that I want to enhance? What are the things that I want to get better at? Once you can accept who you are right now, the parts of yourself, and listen, my friends, it's time to be real. It's time to be real. I'm not just talking about the stuff that people know about you. I'm talking about the stuff that you tuck away and nobody else knows. Now we doing the work, my friends. We are doing the work. You remember back in school and you used to get on the team or you used to have a school project and it'll be 4 of y'all and you didn't want to be assigned the project with one person because you knew they did not do the work. My friends, that's what this is right now. You don't want to be that person known for not doing the work, because now more than ever, it's so important for us to go inward. And so we must do the work. And that work is literally excavating and being honest with ourselves. My friends, you know how often I cry sometimes just realizing who I was, who I am, and then the aspirations of who I want to be. Sometimes that brings me to my knees and it makes me just feel like, am I gonna make it? But when I look back, I realize, Tess, you made it from nothing. Tess, you made it from when you didn't know where your next check was gonna come. Tess, you made it from when you was eating hot Cheetos and noodles for dinner. Tess, you was making it when all you had was food stamps to your name. So I know dang well we're not about to sit here and look across the future like with fear or with doubt. So right now, I know you may not be where you want to be, and you may acknowledge the flaws that you have and feel like you're not good enough, and then you turn on the news and they tell you that you don't belong anywhere. No more pity party. It's time to dust ourselves off. It's time to look in the mirror, accept the things that we can't change, and listen, now we're about to have the courage to change the things that we can, okay? See, a lot of the times we haven't felt a sense of belonging within ourselves in order to actually feel safe around other people. Or the thing that made us feel safe around certain groups of people were all lies. Listen, my friends, some of us have been lied to. Maybe some of the groups that you're in, like the masked version of you, or like the representative that walks out. Maybe the people that you're around don't really like the true version of you because you haven't even been able to be honest with the true version of who you are. And I know it may not feel safe outside. I know your family may have never ever understood who you were, but listen now, my friends, belongingness must start within. So therefore we can feel more confident when we walk. So therefore we can feel more love when we walk. And so therefore when we face adversity, we acknowledge it, we see it, but baby, we realize we are above it. See, this is why belongingness internally allows you to no longer shrink when everybody else is telling you that you don't belong, when everybody else is telling you that diversity is not important, when everybody is telling you that you don't deserve equity, and when everybody is telling you that inclusion is not important. That's when you shrink. And in 2025 is not the year to shrink. No. 2025 is the year for you to evolve, for you to bloom, and for you to grow. I love that quote. Maybe you haven't been maybe you haven't been buried. You've been planted. Because I know I'm not alone. It's January, and it feels like I have just been buried in just negativity. My friends, I had an amazing engagement coming up, one of my biggest ones yet, at a great facility, amazing organization that all of you are aware of. But because of the diversity, equity, and inclusion belonging efforts being canceled and no longer deemed important, that got canceled. So guess what? I realized, okay, how can I send a message of hope? How can I send a message of determination? How can I send a message of being undefeated no matter what the opposition is going on, okay? Because listen, my friends, whenever we see adversity, we put our boots on, we strap up, and we get down and play. We don't shrink. No more shrinking, my friends. No more feeling like you got the bad end of the stick, my friends. It's time for you to stand up. Listen, I love Pharrell, right? He literally had to take over the creative director position at Gucci. Not Gucci, Louis Vuitton. And a lot of times people are asking him in interviews, how are you going to take over? How are you going to make sense of Virgil passing? Are you really going to step into his shoes? And Pharrell's like, listen, my friends, every Virgil is in everything that we do. Before we release stuff, we have this process where we try to just align with the spirit of Virgil and just speak in life. Not one point that he showed doubt. And my friends, I understand the pain and the neglect and the cancels of everything. It's going to make you cry. And I think that's good to, once again, be honest with how you feel. Some of us need to cry more. Some of us need to make sure that we're honest with how we feel. Like, let me go to the back room. Let me make sure I just release this energy. But when I go back outside, when the ops see me, Baby, listen, I have already told myself that I belong here. I have already acknowledged the diversity within myself. I have already realized the equity that I have externally and internally. And guess what? The inclusion that I seek is the inclusion that are from genuine people, the inclusion that from people who actually want me to win and not just want me to win when they win it, right? See, now more than ever, I think it's a beautiful time. Yes, it's a hard time, but it's time for us to know who for us and who's not for us, my friends. If you with me, let me understand. Let me tell you something, my friends. Jay-Z has a lyric that says, I will not lose. So listen, it's impossible for you to lose. This is the energy that we have to walk out here, my friends. This whole cancellation of people being of the LGBTQ community, or people who identify as trans, or with black women, or women, black and brown people, Latino, is nonsense. But we will not lose. It's impossible for us to lose. We can't walk around here like we have lost something. We can't walk around here like we're second-class citizens. My friends, listen, we don't subscribe to that. That's not something that got anything to do with us. We know who we are. We celebrate who we are. That's what's going to create that belonging, okay? That's the actual definition of diversity, of celebrating what makes us different. They want us to make sure that we don't celebrate what makes us different at all. They want us to get to our knees, and they want us to fall in line, and they want us to make it feel like we don't have any place. But my friend, if you listen to this right now, I promise you, there was no mistake that you came across this video. There was no mistake that you came across my voice. It's time for us to strap our boots on, wipe our tears, look ourselves in the mirror, accept what makes us different, love what makes us different, celebrate what makes us different, and go outside with our head up high to acknowledge and appreciate everybody else who is different in any kind of way. My friends, one thing I love about diversity, one thing I love about inclusion, and one thing I love about belonging is it welcomes the people who once at one point used to be embarrassed for being different. My friends, at one point I used to be embarrassed that my dad was Jamaican. Do you know, now that I'm older, so many people, yeah man, or I love Jamaica. Don't let these folks trick you out your spot, my friends. Don't let these folks make you think that being different is bad, my friends. Don't let these folks make you feel like you don't belong here, my friend. What makes you different is what the world loves about you. They just have an interesting way of showing it right now. And I also want to leave you with this. The hate and the negativity that we're given, that's not something that's natural for people like us, people like me and you, anybody that's watching or listening to my voice. We want to love. So therefore, guess what? We have to continue to love. I'm not going to match negativity with negativity. Listen, that's beneath us. Listen, we don't, listen, that's no. We ain't stooping down for that nonsense. We're going to rise above, because baby, excellence, we hold our head high and our shoulders are right here, baby. And we're looking forward towards the goal. We're not looking down no. So I don't want you matching any kind of energy, any negativity. You are so much more. And if you're watching this right now and you feel very doubtful, I want you to realize something. Keep going. Dory said it best, you gotta keep swimming. Not because it sounds good, but check this out. I literally saw a picture of me and my brothers back when I was like 8 years old. It's about to be 20 plus years. And I look at the baby me, the child version of me, like, wow. At that point in time, I had no idea all the things I will go through. Yeah, I've experienced grief. Yeah, I've experienced pain. Yeah, I've experienced some things that haven't been the best, but guess what? On the other side, I've experienced so much love. I've experienced so much growth. I've experienced so much expansion. So what if I told you right now you may feel stuck, or you may feel locked into this crazy box, or this world that's constantly telling you that you don't belong here. But what if I told you it's important for you to keep going, because in 25 or 30 years, you never even know where you can end up. Just like, imagine that baby version of you and where you are right now. You would have never guessed you would be here. So my friends, as we go on, I want you to hold your head up high. And not because I said so, but because of everything you've been through. Because of all the people that you lost. Because of the strength that you hold within. Because you cannot lose. Les Brown said it. It's not over till you win. So baby, it's not over. LGBTQ people, we belong here. Trans people, we belong here. Women, black and brown people, Latino, we belong here. And we are here to stay. Because diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging looks good on you and me. Until next time, my friend, keep your head up.